healing is possible. And what I'm seeing and experiencing, not just sort of intellectually, but really in my body with healer practitioners and people just of all walks of life, is that healing is possible, and we can do it not just individually within ourselves, but in a collective and being held and witnessed by others, and really rewriting the old scripts that are not serving us anymore to be able to move forward with our lives with new possibilities, and a feeling of true sort of siblinghood and collective belonging.
We are all wounded and how much we carry trauma generation after generation after generation. And until it's dealt with, it does affect how we grow, together as a society.
I think typically when I go to conferences, you get talked at a lot, but I really like how experiential this session was, and not just hearing the presenter talk about what it is, but to kind of demonstrate and show in like real time the different skill, how you can use your different clinical skills to kind of direct, and also like create a safe space for the protagonist.
It's in a matter of first having compassion with yourself and recognizing, your own pain, and being the adult and taking care of your own child in a way helps you be actually more compassionate with people that are still reacting to their own trauma and their personality. So
I think it's so obvious, and we live in these bodies all the time, but somehow we manage to forget that we live in these bodies, and so much of our healing and conversations are just these sort of intellectualizations, and we go around in circles. And what I've seen and what's really blown my mind today is just like the capacity of the body to survive and be resilient, but what happens is it locks things in, and so we can actually tune into the body to release those experiences, and that's actually has to happen if we want to truly heal.
I could really picture somehow creating a process like this in my own community. And since I've been privileged to get a lot of really good help in my own healing, I feel that it's really important to find ways to make healing available to people more widely.
What moment really stuck out?
More people are thinking about neurofeedback and the fact that we need to train brains to make them less vulnerable to trauma. That to me is the gathering excitement in the field of, and I listen for it, and every talk so far today has had neurofeedback in it, and that's very heartening to me.
There may be ways of getting people to feel safe while doing that in a context that is primarily supportive and positive. And so rather than thinking of just stop being afraid, stop being afraid, stop being afraid, we may be able to pair things that were previously stressful with things that are maybe more positive or more playful or more encouraging.
Getting the statistic that 80 to 90% of people have experienced trauma at some point in their lives was pretty impactful. Even though the more I learn about trauma, the more I realize so many of us are affected by it.
Experiences which are not communicated are internalized. That really struck me as just such a concise way of acknowledging the importance of caregivers and supports, social connectedness.
Well, first of all, hope, how the field is moving forward, and meeting the wisdom that has been laid out in the ancient wisdom schools that have brought forth, many of these methods and techniques such as meditation and psychedelics and so forth, and how they are now being seen, measured, the benefits of them being demonstrated. And so I do take a lot of hope with me and happiness that we are really bringing very powerful tools for healing to society.
We need connections to heal from trauma. So being here, connecting with people from all around the world, and really connecting to researchers who are not only doing research but doing some work with their hearts and connecting with the audience. So being here itself was healing for me, and noticing how connection it's maybe the only path to really heal trauma.
I connect a lot with this work, how to do the work and how to connect with people and build a community where people feel safe. And I help people in slums in Brazil, in the favelas. Yeah, women that want to feel safe and don't know how to do it because they can't feel safe there. But it's really beautiful to see them building this confidence slowly.
I think just hope and optimism. I think sometimes I feel like out there I'm just like a healer in culture trying to do something that feels impossible. And it doesn't feel impossible because I'm not doing it alone, and it's not about me. And knowing that there are many people out there who are thinking about these things and actually getting into the front line and helping themselves and helping others gives me an immeasurable amount of hope.